Hello everyone. I'm going to be doing some Pinnacle bosses and some maps. And if you like what you see, the PoB or the path to building will be in the description below, and how you can contact me if you ever need help with my builds. I'll have my Discord ID, and I will also have my in-game name for you to find if you need help. So I'm just going to jump into it. I'm going to do a couple of meter fights. This is Pinnacle. This isn't Uber. This is Pinnacle. I'm going to explain what's going on in the fight, so new people and people that want to play the build will know what's going on. You want to make sure that you have bow offering going, and then you're going to summon your skeletons, and then you're going to summon your raging spirits. And so make sure that everything is up. Curse them with Despair, Temporal Chains, Withering Step, and let your minions do the work. Try to keep bone offering going. We have molten shell here, and you got some flasks that you can use for more protection on this piece. And that's that. Recurse them. Make sure you get your skeletons and everything back up. And he should be dead pretty quickly. And he's dead. Oh, I gotta... I thought I got the Ashes of the Star, I believe it's called. Alright, I'm gonna do another Users fight, Pinnacle. You want to get your skeletons up. You want to get your summoning raging spirits going. Get bone offering going. Make sure all your minions are up. Despair, Temporal Chains, Withering Step. Make sure your minions are up. He jumps into phase 2. Get your bone offering going. You could use your flasks if you feel like you're in danger in this part of the fight. Get bone offering up. You're gonna have to reapply curses on him when he comes back out of that phase, and then just melt him with your minions. He should die really fast. And he gone. Alright, I'm going to do another Screaming Imitation or Eater of the Worlds fight. So you should know what I'm doing by now, so I'll just be quiet for you now. There's phase 1, he's into phase 2. I'll do the Awaken Our Worlds next. I missed one. Okay, good. I thought I might die there. He's doing his bubble burst. I forgot to curse him. He should be dead in a second. And he is dead. Alright, I'm going to do the Awaken All Worlds fight really fast. Show you what's going on with that. Might do them twice depending on how well I do in the first fight. It takes a while for this fight to activate. He's puffing out his chest, seeing how bad he is. He's the baddest. I will crush you. Alright, time to rock and roll. like I did on the last fight, it's just the same thing, but you're not going to have as much time with Sirius to do this. Right, he's running, scared. You could always preemptively summon your skeletons before you run in and activate his phases, so you don't have to do them when you go under them. They'll save you some time, get some more raging summon spirits going. He's flying away again. It's not fair. I should be able to hit him when he does this. My minion should be able to like fly in here and start attacking him. It's not fair, I tell you. This might take a minute to activate. I'm doing Johnny Dangerous here to try to get through and activate the fight. There it goes. Getting close to the last phase. So, oh man, is he all over the place on this phase? Alright. Money phase coming up. Oh, I got Bell summoning skeletons on 2 speed. I lost all my Spectres. Just give me a second to raise that up. I got pretty lucky. I got 2 Carnage Chieftains for the Desecrate if I could ever target it. Alright, there we go. So, I'm going to use Veil Summoning Skeletons to begin. Now I'm going to summon my normal minions too on top of them, because it takes a while for you to summon all your Veil Summoning Skeletons. And he is crushed. Flawless victory. Alright, I'm going to do some maps now with some Delirium attached to them. I'll like do 60 and maybe some 80s so you guys can see it. Doing 100% is really hard. It would take a really long time. But I'm not sure if this build can handle it. But I'm going to start off with some 60% maps. I wanted to make sure that I didn't make them before I did the video so you guys can see me making them, so you guys know that I'm not cherry picking. Because you could easily just throw together some maps that are really easy and do them and not die. So I'm showing you guys exactly what I'm making right now. This was a yellow one, I just picked it up. I didn't know what stats are on it. Alright. I will corrupt them as well. Now I'm gonna throw some Delirium. Oops. I'm such a... Alright, let me grab some different maps really fast. I'm gonna take all white ones, so you guys can see that I'm not cherry picking. Looks really long. Portraits. I'll do Plateau. I like Plateau a lot. And I will do let's do the Shrine. The Shrine's really hard to do. Alright, I'm gonna juice them up really fast. And now I'm gonna Delirium. I'll start with 60. And now I'm gonna do the Alchemies. All right, and I'm ready to go. I didn't even look at to see what's on them. So 60% Foundry Delirium Map. After like 2 or 3 maps, I'm gonna jump into at the building and explain what's going on in at the building. Pretty much, the key of playing this build is to make sure that you have phone offering up when you're doing maps. You really don't have to summon too many skeletons and raising summoning spirits in order to kill stuff. And I'm definitely failing on keeping up my bone offering. I'll pop this breach. I can get myself killed. A lot of monsters going on in this dungeon or map. Alright, the breach is down. Onward we go to the boss room. I'm definitely failing on keeping up on offering. Playing really bad. You should always make sure that you have bone offering when you're playing this build because it's a huge effective hit pool increase. Alright, it looks everything's going good so far. Got everything going. And my wife forgot the lettuce. Oh, someone forgot the lettuce. My wife wanted to be in the video for my build. That's cool. Thank you, babe. Yes, you are actually. I'm not adding this. No, when you're talking, you'll be in there. Alright, I got it. I'm gonna blame that death on my wife. So you can blame that one on her. I'll do the other half of the dungeon now. Just make sure to keep up on so all the mods so this still has some pretty decent people. It's got some pretty decent hit points to all the boss. Which one is this? I can't tell which one it is yet. It looks like two-hander with a slim two-hander. He brought me a couple of times already. My name is he gone. Alright, I'm back to the boss room. Hopefully I can kill him this time. Ooh. And that was close. As you can barely see this little take a hit when it does. Alright, I'm gonna do the next Delirium Map. I'm gonna make it 80 this time. And it was Plateau Map. So creatures have more resistance against damage. Oh, what's up with that guy? Don't die. Yeah, there you go. It's not. Oh, that was a tough mob. There's like a little mini boss in the map. Uh-oh. I'm not sure which one it is yet. Oh. It's Slim with the two-handers. Oh, I know. Excuse me. Yes. Yes. Step on them. Oh, standing up, what's on? Alright, you go home. Onward and onward to the boss. I wouldn't doubt it if they would fix. Oh. There he is. Fat boy with an axe. I gotta get rid of all this trash. Use my flasks. There he is. Ooh, that was a nasty hit. Oh my god. Going up and going. Curses, got another touch now. Smoked. Alright. There won't be another boss here. I understand. I wish I had something that has to get stunned. I'm like stunned all over. I might actually throw like more sunlight. I'm getting stunned all over the place. It's driving me crazy. And I'm probably not going to test too much. I wonder if I had I'm gonna avoid the Abyss activation. I'm not afraid of it, I'll do it. I was just trying to make the video a little bit shorter, but I'll activate it. And my spawn portal to go under. is the end of the abyss. Alright, I'm going towards the boss now. There's almost a cheap shot right there. Still really hard. Whoa. Alright, there's one of them now. Just want to help those cheeses first. Oh my god. Alright, I'm just gonna do this map and make it 100%. How well it does. Oh my god. Oh, I don't use hexes, so that should be scared of it. Alright, this is a Delirium Map. If I fail, I fail. This is definitely a really hard map too. Like a lot of small rooms really confusing. You usually have like those monstrosities that like flame red flame. There's a lot of creatures, a lot of mobs in this map. It's small right there. I need to... Yeah, my Spectres died, okay. Assassin's Mark on me. This part is so tough. Well, the build doesn't look like you do 100% Delirium, unfortunately. Maybe it'll slow it out once I get further inside the build, I'm not sure. Yeah, 100% the winner. Are also good. Map. Oh, yes. These guys are like crazy tall. After this map, I'm going to jump into that building. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, I got it. I should have been using bells on the snow probably and I'll clear out some of the stuff. Yeah. Just, just working on a long dungeon. Yeah, I see the bells on these helps a lot with clearing up the trash. And really pushing it over too fast and slow down a little bit so I don't get killed. Close. Got some skeletons now. And definitely only go first when I finish this PoE. Because getting stung just hurts. Oh, thank boy. With an axe. Oh my god. This might take till next week to finish this dungeon. Some skeletons. If I get the I get 2 one-hitters slam, I'm in deep trouble. Because he'll probably know me. Because he jumps around and it'll probably take forever for me to kill him too. And I cannot curse on this man. It's a good thing we can't open doors. Oh man, I don't like the secret bro. I'm not a huge fan of I forgot what it's called. But I'm not a huge fan of the grove stuff. It used to be really powerful back in the day. Getting pretty close to the end of the map. I didn't think I was going to be able to do this. Oh, I might have spoke too soon. I picked a real doozy to do, didn't I? Go forth, my minions. Oh, look at all that mess. Oh my god. Bill summoning skeleton to the rescue. Die! Die! Alright. Moving on. Excuse me. I had some French bread. Supreme pizza French bread is pretty good. Bell summoning skeletons. Go forth, my minions. Punish them for even daring to go my road. Alright. Oh, I would have died. I would like, alright, let's go into the building now. Because it took forever for me to get back to this song. If I die, I'll just get close to that building and start explaining the middle out. These are like tougher than a Pinnacle boss. The boss is right there too. Summoning skeletons. Bring in the heat. Ouch. Oh. I died. Alright, well, that was pretty close. I'm gonna jump into the path of building now and explain the build and how I would level it. So, without further ado, I will definitely begin. As you can see, it's got some nice full DPS, and the effective hit pool is um 50.4 with nothing going. I have no flash going, and I don't have molten shell going. And the effective hit pool, or it's set to boss, guardian, and pinnacle boss. So just to let you know, if you're kind of like, "Whoa, what's going on? It's not a lot of effective hit pool." Well, I just explained why. All right, I'm gonna jump in now on the tree. And my first step would be Lord of the Undead, and that gives you +1 raise zombies and +1 to skeletons and increases your minions' damage. Then I would get Enduring Bond, which is going to increase your minions' damage, and it's also going to increase the duration of your skeletons and raging summoning spirits, depending on which ones you use, or if you use both of them at the same time. You can ignore the minion offensive mastery by Enduring Bond. You'll want to get that later on when you actually get Mistress of Sacrifice in the tree. Then you're going to get Sacrifice, which is going to keep your minions alive. Then you're going to swing all the way down, picking up all these goodies. You're going to be picking up Discipline and Training and Sanctity. And then you're going to stop at Great Pack for more damage for your minions. And then after that, you're going to start picking up your health nodes. And the health nodes that you're going to want to pick up is not in any order at all, but this is how you can do it any way you want. It's definitely up to you. So you have Purity of Flesh, Tireless, and Combat Stamina. And the Armor Mastery by Combat Stamina is Determination has 25 increased mana reservation efficiency. And you do not need it, so you're going to take 20% chance to defend with 200% of armor to increase your survivability. Alright, so after you get all the health nodes, you're going to want to get all the block nodes that you possibly can. And you're going to start with the ones that give you block on spell and block on attack at the same time. And the first one you're going to get is Whirling Barrier, and that gives you both block to spell and attack damage with staff. And then you're going to work your way up. You're going to get Animate defense, and this also increases your chance to block spell damage and block attack damage. I forgot to go over this to begin with, but Golem Commander can only be used after level 34 because you can only get Golem gems after level 34. So whenever you want to get Golem Commander to have an extra Ice Golem or whatever Golem that you want to use with this build, you can. So where was I? I was right here. So after Igniting Defense, you're probably going to want to go and pick up Steelwood Stance for more block chance and get the Mastery 30% increased defenses while wielding a staff. Then I would go and I get Safeguard and a whole circle around Safeguard for more spell block chance and elemental resists. Really good nodes on the tree for spell block with the staff. And then your last step is going to be Mystic Bulwark. Now, I didn't go over these two because it's going to be up to you whenever you want to use them. I'm going to explain what they are right now. You can use Mind Over Matter, and what Mind Over Matter does is it gives you 40% of damage is taken from mana before life. It's a really big efficiency hit pool when you're using it in combination with Eldritch Battery. Eldritch Battery, what this does is it makes your energy shield protect the mana that you have. In essence, giving you even more mana. And that's going to increase your survivability a lot when you use Mind Over Matter. Using both of these are definitely going to be up to you or if you even want to use them. So then I have 2 Cluster Jewels. And the Cluster Jewels that I am using have increased 35% increased effect, and minions have 3% increased attack and cast speed. The passive skill doesn't matter at all. The size doesn't matter. You can always find different places to put your points if you want to use a smaller, large cluster. Like, you could always put your points into Redemption or Righteous Army. Or get yourself more health with Devotion. So really, the amount of passive skills that you get on these is up to you. I'm also using the small cluster. It is a passive skill, Second Skin. Second Skin gives you chance to block spell damage and chance to block attack damage. And gives you 30% increased armor. I really splurged on this item and I got it for a divine because I wanted a lot of dexterity attached to the small passives, so I wouldn't have as much problems with dexterity. So, and the large cluster jewels cost me about 3 divine, so I'm not sure of the price anymore. And then I am using the gaze in my belt. And what the gaze does is that it increases damage over time multiplier per gassy eye jewel, affecting you up to 30%. The gassy eye jewel gaze counts as a gassy eye jewel, so that's 1. So you're going to need 4 more to make it hit 30%, because the increments of the gassy eye jewels goes by 6%. And the gassy eye jewels that you're looking to get, these are the 2 main stats you want to get. What you want to get is minion skill increased damage if you use a minion skill recently, and then you're also going to want to get minions to have a chance to poison enemies on hit. If you want more damage to your gassy eye jewels, you're going to want to look for minion steal chaos or minion steal physical damage. If you can't get either of those 2, because it's probably going to be very expensive on your currency, you could always get anything that you want. I'm just letting you know what the best DPS choices are to do to get more damage. So, and then I have the Watcher's Eye, and the Watcher's Eye stat lines are cast resistance while affected by purity of elements. And purity of elements is the first aura that you're going to want to use while leveling. And it also makes you immune to all elemental elements in the game, which helps a lot. I really like purity of elements a lot, and I think it's the best aura in the game. I use it in every build that I have. Then you're going to want to have phasing while affected by haste. And what phasing does is it allows you to move through everything in the game, which is really cool. You can get another stat effect on this Watcher Eye, but it's going to be expensive. You might look for something with determination, increased armor, or physical damage reduction with determination would be very good choices, but it's going to cost buku money or buku currency. So, the Forbidden Flame and the Forbidden Flesh that I am using is Leisure the Primordial, and that gives you an increased summon golem. It's definitely not the best Forbidden Flame or Forbidden Flesh that you could get for the build, but I wanted to get. Someone asked me to make this build, and they wanted ice golems, so I made sure that I put a lot of ice golems in it. If you wanted more damage than Leisure the Primordial, you could use Void Beacon. If you want more survivability, you could always use Withering Presence. So it's definitely up to you on what you want to use. Alright, so I know I am missing something. I'm also going to have the Immutable Force when I redo this PoB a little bit. And what the Immutable Force does is that it makes you recover from stun really fast. The higher the percentage, the better. The percentage that it goes up to is about 1,000%. So just to let you know that. And I also have the Animate Stone. And the Animate Stone gives you a +1 to summon golems. I am not using 3 other primordial jewels to get another golem because I think that's just too excessive, and you really don't get a great benefit from using primordial jewels for an extra golem. So I just used Animate Stone for another golem. Alright, that goes over the tree. I'm going to jump into the skills really fast. Bone Armor will be disabled for Molten Shell. And I'm going to go over the Summon Ice Golem, level 21. You want to use the default variant. This is extremely cheap. I got it for 9 Chaos Orbs today. Then you have Awakened Minion Damage, which is very cheap, which is a Divine or less. Unbound Elements is Divine or less. Void Manipulation is probably like about 3 Divine or less, maybe even less than that now. Now I'm using the different variant on Multi-Strike, and the variant that you want increases the attack speed of Multi-Strike, and the quality is where you get your damage from. And then I have Empowered 4, which is really expensive. I'm not sure of the price, but when I got it, it was 8 Divine. But you could always use level 3 Empowered. You can also use the default version of all these gems and still do really, really good damage. Alright, I'm going to jump into the Veil Summoning Skeletons and the Raging Spirits 5 links. And Veil Summoning Skeletons level 21 gem is really expensive. So try to get to level 21, which is probably not going to be as expensive as a 21. And you're going to have 9 of those at the end of the build. And you're going to be summoning skeleton warriors all the time. Then you have Awakened Minion damage, which is a Divine or less. You have Awakened Unbound Elements, which is a Divine or less. Then you have Summon Raging Spirits with a different variant. And the variant allows you to summon 2 more Raging Spirits. The level 21 variant of this is very expensive, so I just had the 20 in there. And then you have Awaken Unleash, which is expensive. When I got it, it was 8 divine, so it might be a little bit cheaper. And I'm using the same variant as the multi-strike as I have on the Ice Golem one. And that's a divine or less. Alright, I'm going to jump into the boots where I have Determination. And Determination increases your armor and survivability. Molten Shell is a buff that increases your protection. It gives you like a large chunk of power shield like it's an absorption shield that takes damage for you, and it increases your effective hit pool a lot. But I don't have it turned on because it's not a really good representation of how much damage you could actually take, because it only goes off for 4 seconds. You get it for 4 seconds and then it's gone for 4 seconds. So you can't really leave this on and tell how much effective hit pool you have. Then you have Bone Offering, which is increasing your spell block and attack block by about 24 when you're using Mistress of Sacrifice. And I forgot to go over the ascendancies. Okay, I'll go back and do those after a little bit. And then I have Purity of Elements, which is the best order in the game, I think, and I use it in every one of my builds. And it gives you more resist, makes you immune to elemental ailments. Then I have my gloves. I have Haste, which makes you faster and increases your attack speed and cast speed and your minions. Then you have Enhanced. Enhanced increases the Withering stacks that you do with Withering Step. And what Withering stacks do is it increases cast damage. And your minions are doing cast damage, so it helps a great deal. Then you have Desecrate. When there's no mobs around, you could use this to Desecrate to consume corpses for your Bone Offering or raise your Spectres. Alright, I'm going to go over the Helmet. The Helmet has the Spirit and Temporal Chains, which you're going to be hard casting. So you got to do them yourself. And you're getting the full effect out of them. Then you have Raised Spectres. Then you have Feeding Frenzy attached to your Spectres. And Feeding Frenzy increases minions' attack speed and damage by 20%, I believe. And that goes over the skills of the build. I'm going to hop back to the tree really fast and go over the ascendancies. I forgot to do that. So this is the order I would do them, and you're definitely going to have a choice between Mistress of Sacrifice or Boneberry, whichever one you want to get first. But I would definitely take Commander of Darkness first. This increases your elemental resist, and it gives your minions more elemental resist, attack damage, and attack and cast speed. Really good ascendancy. Then I would get minus aggression, which increases your minions' damage. Then you can get Bone Barrier, which is going to increase your physical damage reduction per minion. And it also increases your recovery rate of life and energy shield per minion. And the max amount that Bone Barrier will work with is 10 minions. So you don't have to have more on the configuration to get the full effect of it. You will not be using the bone armor from Bone Barrier. You might not even need to use Bone Barrier on this build. You could pick up unnatural strength for even a huge amount of DPS gain. So that's definitely up to you. And then the last one that you can choose from is Mistress of Sacrifice. And Mistress of Sacrifice goes along with Bone Offering. So when you get Mistress of Sacrifice, you're going to want to be using Bone Offering at the same time. Because Mistress of Sacrifice allows you to use offerings. Typically, offerings are only usable by minions. So when you get Mistress of Sacrifice, you can use those offerings to increase your stats. and that's where Bone Offering comes into play, and it gives you a lot of block and spell block chance. And then the Forbidden Flame and Flesh is Liege of the Primordial, and that gives you +1 to some golems. It increases the buffs that your golems do. And they're resurrected 4 seconds after being killed, which is really cool. Alright, that goes over the Ascendancy and all the tree now. I'm going to jump into items really fast. And I have the Cane. I think this is the best staff in the game for minions, in my opinion. Other people could argue differently, but I use it in every build that I have. The last time I checked, this was going for 30 divine, and I think that's a steal. So your price range might change. But if you're looking for a cheaper version, I would remove the level of socketed support gems and the quality of socketed support gems to decrease the amount of currency if I don't have the currency. And that should definitely lower the currency of the item. Then the helmet has really, really good implicits. You can follow all the stats on the helmet. Then the Covenant, I got this for 3 divine and all the sockets are white. It's just gonna give you heaps and heaps of full damage with your minions. The Tri-Grip is about 5 divine, and what it does is it makes all your minions do cast damage when it's all white sockets. And what's supposed to happen is, so your minions are supposed to attack through energy shields and go straight to life. It's again is 5 divine. Then you have the boots. Pretty much just look for to supplement your ability, your build with cold resist or elemental resist or movement speed or dexterity with your boots. That's always what I do. So it's up to you. Then you are using the Determination has no reservation amulet, and this cost me 10 divine and a half today, or was it yesterday? And I have Whispers of Doom, which is going to take 3 golden oils to put on, which is probably going to be about 120 to 150 Chaos Orbs. And you could definitely use a different no reservation amulet. You could use Haste or Purity of Elements. It's definitely up to you. There's really no like right or wrong answer to this. I'm assuming that one of the other two might be cheaper for you if you want to get them. Then I'm using 2 bone rings, and I have very expensive ones, and you can follow the stats on them to a T if you want to, but you're going to be able to get bone rings. There's tons of them. They're going to be really cheap. You're going to be able to find good ones. So I'm not going to really go over the stats of those very much. Then I have the Darkness Throne, which is going to be really cheap. And what this belt does, is it increases the effect of socketed biz jewels. So you're gonna have 2 biz jewels, and I use the Gaze, which is really expensive in here. The Gaze goes for about like 11 divine orbs or more. It could be totally different, but putting it in here, I think, increases the damage of it too. Then you're gonna have your other ghastly eye jewel in there and increase your damage as well with the belt. Now you have the blood. This is my health flask. I love this health flask because it gives you full life at the end of the effect. So when you use this, it recovers 2,628 life over 2.7 seconds. So after the 2.7 seconds, you get full life automatically. Doesn't matter how much life you have. And I find this to be really beneficial. Then I have the Pro, and the Pro increases your survivability a lot, but you could also use the Granite Flash for more armor if you like. And I will put that in the PoB when I'm ready to put it in the description below on my video. Then you have the Granite Flash that helps you block and gives you armor. And the enchant on this is use when charges reach full. You also want to use the Pro or the Granite Flask on use when charges reach full as well. Then I have a Quicksilver Flask. You could definitely use whatever you want in this slot. You could also use whatever you want, but I use a Bottle of Faith for more damage and more health regeneration. So that goes over the items. I'm going to jump into configurations. You could use any gods that you want, so that's up to you. Minor and major god are up to you. Do you have frenzy charges? Yes, you're using Carnage Chieftains from Oldfields in Act 2. You are you elusive? You will have elusive, but I am not taking this because I don't want to make a false representation of how much effective hit pool that I have. So, number of summoned minions, we have tons of summoned minions, but really all that counts is 10 of them for Bone Barrier. So, we have 10. Nearby enemies, I'm using Solaris Major God, and it only works with one mob by me. So I have one. You've been hit recently? Yeah. Blocked recently? Yeah. Using minion skill? Definitely will be using Battle Skeletons and Raging Spirits. Consume Corpses? 5. Frenzy Chart? Feeding Frenzy? Yes, we're getting it from the Spectres link. Withered Stacks is wrong, actually. So it's more like 11. So it's still really, really good damage. I apologize for that. And is that on consecrated ground? Yes, it is. Now you have this build is on Guardian Pinnacle boss, and I'm gonna turn. Nah, forget it. You could look at as the enemy boss, like you can look at no standard or over Pinnacle or the Guardian Pinnacle boss. That's all up to you. All right. Well, that concludes the guide, that the full guide. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Please be safe and careful because you never know what's gonna happen. And I want you guys to be able to watch my next video. Till next time, have a nice day. Please show some love and sub, please. Only if you like what I'm doing. And if you don't, dislike it and let me know. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.